Shannon looks in the rearview mirror as per the song.
As you look through the back window of the truck, you see a little red light blinking in the darkness.
George, look. Something's following us.
What? Where? Show me. Where's
Look,
Give me
it's
that.
red. You see it? What if that's messing us up? What if that has something to do with it?
It could be. It could also just be surveillance. We could bang bang pop pop.
We could. Let me try the walkie first.
You hear, coming from the speaker of the Michitaki, Dutch's voice, destroy the tower.
Tower? What tower? Hello? What tower? That was so helpful. Okay.
So as the Glock goes off, you get a perfect shot and you actually hit that light and you hear a crash about 4 or 5 seconds later in the distance to your right. The radio turns off.
Okay. See? Guns are the solution to pretty much every problem.
As you get towards Ben, you can see his eyes are completely white, and every so often a lance of a blue electricity will go across them. As he's reaching down for whatever this thing is reaching up for him, you see the hand almost turn like a puppet towards you, and it turns inky black, and the hand puts itself on the top of the water, and another hand comes up. And you see a figure push itself out, and it is completely black with what looks like almost a wisp on the top of its head, like a flame. It turns towards you and shoots something at you.
Wheeljack to Autobots! Wheeljack to Autobots!
Wheeljack, this is Ultra Magnus. Over.
We are in a swamp. We are being attacked by some sort of shadow creature. We're in some sort of time loop, and Jerry's fucking up a shadow monster.
Tell him to use light. Shadows don't like light.
Oh, fuck! And he reaches down and grabs Mitchell and just puts him on whatever, like, the highest thing he can reach is, and then hits a button and like a floodlight.
You can't see if there's eyes or even like features on this thing, but you see it kind of become disoriented, not almost like it's sniffing for you, but it can't catch your scent.
This vision really pushed Jerry's buttons. I think he's almost animalistically just gonna batter on this thing. I think like as he's punching, he starts to get the like sparkles like when he played the bass guitar, until one final punch just charges with like lightning crackling around his fist.
You see as Jerry pulls his hand back, he balls it up into a fist, and almost like electric brass knuckles, you see a force of lightning go across these knuckles, making his hand seem almost twice as big as he brings it down, and there is a flash of light. But for a moment, whenever the wispiness dissipates, you see the pink of flesh beneath it before everything is gone.
Yeah, Omega Protocol is when the loop goes critical. They backfill the entire reactor with like liquid energon and some I don't know, some other substance. It fries everything. I imagine that's what would have created this distortion zone as well, and the blue mist and the blue water, and yeah, the loop is fucked.
Yeah, so that's where we're at, and that's why this fuckery is happening. How do we fix it?
You know, whatever happened to make the loop go critical, it's like it's like inverse Chernobyl.
How are we still alive in it then?
It happened. It's not happening now. It happened. It's been done.
Mitch, when you're talking, you look down and you see the blue tinged water everywhere.
I saw what is.
I don't think you did.
We didn't stop me. I think I got it wrong. I don't think we're in a different Garrett. I think this is our Garrett.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Fucking God, dude, just fucking chill for a second.
No, man, what are you talking about? This is our Garrett.
This is the Garrett where we didn't save the day. This is the Garrett where Bad Mitch wins, and we weren't here to stop him.
What does that mean?
I don't know. We weren't here. When we came back as kids,
Jesus Christ, man.
Earlier today, things got changed, things happened. There was a third Mitch. I think this is not a different universe, like when we were jumping around. I think this is the same one, just the fucked timeline. This is the one where we lost. What's the plan?
I thought you were the plans man.
The plan is to destroy the tower.
You see the darkness has fallen, and regardless of the time of day, Garrett appears to be in a state of perpetual midnight. Somehow you can make out more than you should. You can see the details that even a bright sunny day might not be as clear or as crisp. Your eyesight is better. One street sees the blooming of spring flowers. The next experiences the frigid blasts of a winter storm. At the intersection of Main Street, modern automobiles wait as horse-drawn buggies dressed for the turn of the century have the right of way. The people you see are dressed in clothing indicative of a dozen different time periods. Everywhere the town fluxes between seasons, between ages. But one thing remains the same. Steady, constant, eternal. The loop looks down on the chaos it hath wrought, and if it could, it would smile.
Rise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here. We are back for the episode of Atari Midnight. This one is episode 6, Flip Fantasia. And we are here, and we're finally together in Garrett. But before I turn things over to Greg, I'll remind you, if you guys like what we do and you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is by joining us over on Patreon. Link in the description down below. You can get our after show for this show, all kinds of other shows, all kinds of fun, cool stuff we're doing over there. Also, in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see the Corruption Bar, or the Michigan Bar, as I will rename it here shortly. That bar serves two purposes. One is when that bar fills, well, one of two things can happen. If you tip to that bar and you type in hashtag Maggie, it can fill the Maggie bar, which means a good thing can happen. If you type in hashtag Michigan, Greg gets a point to try to kill us, which I'm pretty sure he's actively trying to do this season. But two, every single dollar that goes into that bar goes back to these amazing faces that you see here before you. And with that being said, I turn things over to Greg. Juicy. I turn things over to Greg, and oh, that's the vibe. That's the vibe we're going in with.
Oh, shit. Hey, everybody. It's Greg. I'm going to be your GM for this free league, Things from the Flood show, Atari Midnight. Can't wait to get back with these wonderful people. My schedule
Neanderthals.
has prevented was the cancellation for last week, for which I apologize to everyone you see and everyone that can hear this. It's something I wish I could not have to deal with, but life and all that great stuff. So, but friends, we are, like Mike had said, we are right now at the edge of their hometown of Garrett, a decidedly different Garrett than the one that they left, and a decidedly different timeline. But we will get into that, and each of these players that you see here have different objectives, or at least they have side quests and things of that nature, which we will discuss, because an entire city, albeit a small town, is in front of them. But there are many, many paths to take, and I, for one, have no idea which ones they will take. But before we get into it, I'd like to go around and see who everyone is and who they'll be playing. And let's start with Bitters.
I'm Mr. Bitters, and I hate everything. And I play Jerry Baker. I don't know what he is this season. He's a lot of mixed up things.
Fantastic. And let us jump over to Rhino. Rhino, who are you, buddy?
So I'm Rhino. I'm one of the mics here. I'm playing George Butts. We'll also see what he is. He's in a huge transitional position in life, so.
Fantastic. Let's jump over to Frags. Frags, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Kendall. I'm one half of the not mics on the channel, and I am playing Robert Ott.
Fantastic. And let's jump over to Meta. Same questions, my friend.
I'm Meta. I play Shannon, and yep, it's gonna be fun. I have a gun. Just wanted to put that out there. Just leaving that there. Yeah, okay.
That's always the way to lead. I have a gun. All right. And last but certainly not least, our host, Mike. Who are you playing, buddy?
I'm Mike, and I'm reprising my role, at least for now, as Mitch. We'll see what happens. And if I'm back for multiple seasons, who knows? Who knows?
We'll see. Yeah, we will see, won't we? And everybody, the question that I'm going to ask each of you is one that is the same question as always, but one with many different answers. Because as we are standing here, just about ready to step into this session of Things from the Flood, your characters are paused, looking down on this their hometown. Each of you have experienced different things, even in the session of Atari Midnight. You have some carryover from Atari Twilight, objectives inside this town that have not been met. Perhaps you never thought you would come back. Perhaps there's something or someone inside this town that you're concerned about. Each one of you are given this task. Identify both your character and the objective that they seek in Garrett. And when I open the floor, you all can fight and debate amongst yourselves as to which has priority. But before we get started, friends, let's do just a bit of a recap here as we dive back into Free League's Things from the Flood, Atari Midnight. I'm not going to get into how they got back to Garrett, everyone. There's a beginning half of the season for that. But right now, as I mentioned, they're standing and looking over the town in which they grew up. But Atari Midnight, much like Atari Twilight, is a creature of art and song. So if you could go to your Spotify playlist and just put it nice and quiet, track number 5, Alive by Pearl Jam. And as you all slowly start to re-inhabit the bodies of your different characters, you look down upon the city of Garrett. Once the setting for your heroic adventures, now it has been baked with a decidedly different recipe, as it has become part ghost town, part experiment, and part dream. Slices of Garrett's past, present, and future exist in a kaleidoscopic of sensorial stimuli. You can feel both the warmth of a late 1960s summer breeze and the deep chill of a 1920s blizzard, all under an eternal, unchanging midnight sky. Framing a pleasantly glowing open neon sign exists McIntyre's drugstore and soda fountain, a business and building that was destroyed in a fire that consumed it and Old Man McIntyre in the fall of 1959. While right beside that structure that no longer exists in your time, there is another placard and boarded up building. This one has a bit of a resemblance to it, a bit of a nostalgic feel. You look at it and you see that there is a notice of closure that's twisted and aged as it's nailed to the front of this door. While most of the structure has been subjected to the ravages of time and the absence of care, the former business's name can clearly be seen above the boarded door. It says one word: Pings. The town folk seem to be unaware of these anomalies, walking through these temporal slices without reaction. Their clothing might change, or perhaps their hairstyles, but upon observation, they seem to remain the same people. You all have been ripped from your times for reasons unknown, your existence a tightrope walk along a razor's edge. It is in your task to uncover the truth that your predicament unfolds. And if possible, if you are daring enough, can you free yourselves from this time and perhaps save Garrett of your youth? Somewhere in this Frankensteinian recreation of your hometown lies that very truth. Some of you already have mysteries to solve and loved ones to check. Ben's eyes dart everywhere as he looks for any sign of Scarlet. Shannon, to your knowledge, the contact you left here should still be here, provided nothing has happened to them. George, you received an urgent message from a child named Aaron claiming to be your son in your family's childhood home. Rob, in this time, in this place, this amalgamation of seasons and eras, is Maggie still alive? Does the paperback exchange still stand? Jerry, before you lies Garrett, the site of some of your greatest victories and some of your most devastating defeats. Could Veronica be down there? What of your father, your brother, Rugen? Mitch, for someone that has never truly left Garrett, you are struck by the instability of the scene. Before you, the spare second never changed. It was always pristine, always eternal, unmoving. But before you now, there is a Garrett that surges and manifests different time periods. It constantly evolves. It is almost nauseating to the stillness with which you are accustomed. But you have returned to your home for the first time in a decade, your real home. But are you the first of your kind to return, or are you the last? And then, of course, there's the loop itself. 3 towers reigning over Garrett from its northern perch, just as past, present, and future reign supreme within the city limits. Perhaps that edifice to fringe science could be your first stop. I can't wait to see which you choose. Welcome home, Autobots. The time is, well, who the hell knows what time it is? Let's just call it now. So, my friends, as we look down upon Garrett in the eternal midnight of Atari Midnight, with different eras, seasons, ages, all represented in a swirling kaleidoscope of your hometown, I have one simple question. What's the first thing you do?
Riveting. Mitch pauses, looking at everything that he can see. The intersecting time periods, the black and white, the horse-drawn carriage, the vehicles. And he just looks to everyone else. And like, for the first time in 10 years, sees his friends. And then looks to Shannon and says, which tower?
All of them?
All right. After you.
We have a slight issue. Jerry's wanted.
What?
What?
Okay. I'm not going to catch everybody up on that, but you can't show your face like this. You need something. Anybody have a hoodie or something like that?
That's a good, interesting thing to point out, Meta, because as of right now, you all, while again, in some parts it's warm enough, in some parts it's temperate enough, you all are getting buffeted by decidedly cooler temperatures, and most of you are outfitted for warm weather coming from a summertime. Or, you know, I know Shannon has on her jacket and whatnot, but Ben and Jerry particularly just came off stage, and so they are in various states of like cargo shorts and very loose torn up shirts. But have it, whatever you would like to do, friends.
Don't one of them have the stuffed animal pants? Isn't that a thing?
He had to give those back.
Oh,
Jerry definitely seems like a cargo shorts kind of guy.
Okay. If we don't have any way of helping Jerry be less Jerry, we need to make a pit stop before we go to the towers. We're not roaming through town like this. Whose house is closest to where we're at?
To orient you all, you are at the southern ridge. If you go backwards, you would go eventually get to Teletran 2. If you go backwards and off to the west, you would end up at Tradewinds. You kind of paralleled that area. Some of you did upon your approach. And as you're looking down, you can see off to the left is the Maplehurst Mall to your left, or at least the site of the Maplehurst Mall. And straight ahead would be Main Street. The first building that would be on your left would what you all would know as the Seed and Feed, the local animal feed store that the farmers come into to buy grain and implements for farm life for their various things that they're going through. But as you see these buildings, they're all dark. Nothing seems to be illuminated except for that one sign that seems to be outside of McIntyre's drugstore. Everything else has lights, but none that illuminate, you know, a business of any kind.
Previously Chuck's.
The trailer park's over here, and I don't think anyone would rat Jerry out.
Okay, let's go there.
We could also, you know, some of us go to the mall. There might be like a Forever 21. We could get him stuff.
With which currency do you think they'll take in this particular version?
I had a job.
I'm not above a discount of sorts, but if necessary only. So
I hate to be that guy, but maybe the big and tall store.
Well, you're only one of those.
I mean, it's not like we all have to go into the store. We can one person can go in and get something for Jerry, while the rest of us keep an eye on him.
We about to have a shopping montage?
It's a
ever
shopping
done that
episode,
before?
everybody. Here we go.
Are we staying together?
I mean, yeah, we're just we don't really know what's to expect. The last time I was here, shit hit the fan, and there were creepy eye things going on, and Dutch and me and Chris, and the whole thing happened, and then you were there,
We were
and
all,
then your
we
other
were all,
you
we
was
were all
there.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all there for that actually.
Yeah, I was there. That's when the laser.
Anyway, my point being, we have no idea what to expect walking into all of this, and yeah, I just
Being as
we
that
need
I
some
was
recon.
the last, being as that I was the last one here, I can promise you, it did not look like this when I left.
While we walk, Rob, I need you to tell me everything you know about the other Mitch.
Let me stop you all real quick as Rob gets ready to answer. And I need to ask this question. We didn't do this at the beginning of last session, so anybody can do this right now. I need a lead roll from somebody. Now, I will allow whoever wants to roll a lead roll to roll one. But if you fail your lead roll and have no successes, I get to do something later.
I think it's between Meta and Bitters, personally.
I can roll a lead. That's fine.
Yeah, Jerry's stepping back right now.
Now that we know the importance of the lead rolls, I'm going strictly on mechanics here.
Oh, what did I get? One success.
One success, so that's 2 lead dice that you can give to any of your buddies.
Okay.
I got one.
Frags, that's 1, or I'm sorry, that's 2 lead dice that you also can give to anybody.
Okay. Now let's not forget what that for that first roll up there was.
Oh, I didn't forget. That's the
Okay.
skull that I just drew beside George's name.
Hey, Bus.
Yeah, thanks, Kendall.
All right, and then the last we're talking about mechanics right now, so the last mechanical thing that I will ask for is Rob, you were shown rather grotesquely 3 particular ways to both approach Garrett and conceivably to travel throughout Garrett. You luckily picked the walking in a single file line, which was the correct one. So now I need to ask all of you, whenever you travel anywhere, what is your marching order? And if it changes, you must let me know.
Gun at the front.
Shannon's probably going to be at the front, yeah. Most likely.
I already had Shannon written in the first position. Who would be in the second position? I somehow knew Shannon would be.
To be fair, Mitch told Shannon lead on, so
Mitch will go second.
Mitch will go
It
second.
goes without saying, Butts is the caboose.
caboose. Choo-choo.
Okay, Butts is the caboose. And then who would like to go third, Jerry or Rob?
I form the head.
Okay. I don't know what that means. So.
Really, we played a game full of nothing but 80s references.
I know that means Voltron, but I don't know where the hell that means in an order. I'll form the head. Okay. What is that, third or fourth?
It's third, of course. Everybody knows that.
Okay. Okay.
He's actually the right rhinoceros foot.
Right. So, okay. Everybody, if you care to know, it is Shannon, Mitch, Jerry, Ben, Rob, and George. In your Voltron line that you are walking in. So have that back at it. You are headed towards the mall.
The
Is that
mall,
where you want to do?
apparently. Yep.
Okay. And then the question was asked, what do you remember of the other Mitch to Rob?
Tell me everything you know about the other Mitch.
How many of
Like-
there are you? I mean,
Do you mean which Mitch?
Rob, Christ, please.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 other Mitches, bro.
There's me, then there's the
Yeah.
evil me, and then a third one. That's the one I want to know about.
Which Mitch? Got it.
Thank you.
Well, he goes by Casey.
You.
Yeah, that's what I said. He is an asshole. So, like, you, but worse. You actually care sometimes. I don't think this guy cares at all.
Okay, what does he do? Why is he here?
Well, we didn't. We
I ran into him.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
That's why I know that he's here. Here in this one.
Right here in the.
When we went back in time,
Uh-huh.
I found him. I thought he was me, but he wasn't me because he didn't recognize me.
No, he has almost no knowledge of any of this.
Yeah, and he had a weird robot thing on his hand, and I broke it, and he was very confused.
Yeah, well, he was trying to reanimate the dead Mitch, evil Mitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I tackled him into a portal, and then we got separated and we did those things where instead of traveling to the end, you flew out the sides of the wormhole, and I that's why I thought he was you.
Wait, WHICH or WITCH?
TCH. He's like mad warlocky.
what the fuck?
I'm sorry. I'm not dead. Evil me isn't dead. He just didn't exist. Okay. Oh, well, I'll figure that out later. How does he want how to resurrect? What?
It was like a locket or something. To be honest, man, I was just along for the ride. I just knew we had to save Garrett, and I was down.
Wait, that's
And-
what Butts and I were looking for when we were there.
A locket?
He dropped it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that came
he-
from out of nowhere.
Yeah,
So that's
was
for what? What does that do?
that was the thing that he needed to bring Evil Mitch back.
Oh, so they're both back then. That's what you're telling me.
I mean,
That doesn't make sense.
well,
I'm evil Mitch. I didn't die.
What?
I just stopped becoming evil Mitch. So evil Mitch didn't die.
I don't know, man. You've been acting kind of evil.
Regardless, you can't resurrect what isn't dead.
Unless you're going to die.
Tell that to this guy.
Oh,
Wait, to who?
So why he gestures wildly at
Oh.
Ethereal Mitch.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Wait,
basically, Mitch can't die, is what you're telling us, Rob. Is that? Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes.
Cool. That's so
but-
fun.
I mean, I use the word resurrect loosely. It's bringing back. So maybe he's pulling him from another dimension or something. I don't know.
Well, that's maybe we know there's a lot of dead Mitches. There used to be only one left.
Yeah.
So
I
he's
mean-
bringing all of them back. Is that the theory here?
Guys,
don't know.
we didn't sit down and have a deep discussion about his
Yeah.
plans,
Okay,
but
well-
I can only assume you guys are about the same height and everything, though.
well, we know more than we did a minute ago.
If you had the ability to resurrect, what would you do with it, Mitch?
I don't know. I guess I would resurrect, right? Like, what else would you do with it?
I mean, who would you resurrect?
My dad?
Okay.
Are you asking me, like me, or like?
It was just a question, Mitch. Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
What's a Forever 21?
As the perfect timing, as you all are approaching the Maplehurst Mall, you have one rise to get up to it, but it seems as if as soon as you kind of start the climb up the road to Maplehurst, there is one of those rainbow, almost gasoline on water, oil on water fields, and you can see that there is snow blowing on the other side of this field. As Shannon, you can see it, you're approaching it. It is not kind of flexing and waving like an ocean. It is very solid in that it's stationary. It's fluid across its surface, but it's not like advancing and regressing several feet. It's fixed in one position. So you all are approaching this barrier. What would you like to do?
Oh, Shannon pauses. Okay. Sorry. Do you all see this? Because the last time we had a little bit of a looping issue.
You all do. You can all see
yeah,
that
yeah.
there's a barrier.
Maybe we do one at a time, just to just to make sure if we can pull somebody out of a loop if they're in it.
Okay, I'll go.
Would you like to make any preparations before you cross over? And you're leaving, Mitch would now become the lead of everybody else, but you would be going off on your own. Would you like to make any preparations? Greg asks.
Oh man, what is it?
I mean, Greg asks and Meta thinks definitely need to, but Shannon is not so sure. Probably not. Not in this case. She'll take her Glock out. That's about it.
Okay. So
Let me see the snow.
It's like her safety blanket. Okay.
Right. You pull out your Glock, and as you're advancing towards what is basically like a fall nighttime into what definitely looks like a winter of some time period nighttime, as the snow is swirling and blowing just a foot in front of you as you get closer, I need you to roll either, and this is just a base, either a heart or a tech for me.
Cool. Heart it is.
Do me a favor and roll a d6.
Okay. 4.
As you all see Shannon enter this, crosses the barrier, everything seems perfectly fine. But as you kind of like look around, making sure there isn't anything approaching or anything happening to, or no environmental effects, all of you kind of collectively in your line behind Mitch, as you all turn to look, realize that Shannon now looks like the Shannon that you met back in the 80s. She is a child. Meta, Shannon feels no differently whatsoever.
Cool.
Is she child Shannon with a Glock still?
She is child Shannon, dressed like adult Shannon, carrying a gun.
It's so dangerous.
You look like a kid.
Can I hear them?
You can, but it sort of sounds a little muffled, like somebody's yelling inside of a bucket, like they put a bucket over their head and for whatever reason are screaming. It's just tinny and sort of distant, especially since they're about 10 feet away from you.
Got it. And there's no changes like in the environment around me other than what I already
It's
experienced.
cold and it's snow. Yeah, everything that you see, you feel, but other than that, you don't feel any different. Your perspective has not changed. You're not all of a sudden like a foot shorter. Everything, you look down at your hands, you don't look like a child, but everybody else sees you as the Shannon that they met back in the day.
Seems fine, guys. Maybe just one at a time.
Who's next then?
All right. Mitch goes next.
Roll me tech or heart, just the base skill.
All right. 0 successes, Greg.
Roll me a d6.
All right. 5.
What do you have on you? I know that you have your robot, the Mitchell. I know you have a lot of various tech components, and if you don't want to reveal anything as far as any of your Tinker's toys that you happen to have, I will simply tell you this. Everything that you currently have that is electronic in nature and not just like a simple tool is activated. So as soon as you walk through, Mitchell in your pack begins to move and, throw any of its appendages around. Anything that you have, if it's a light, it turns on. It even turns on to an incredible degree and begins to radiate far greater lumens than what it would normally do. It's like everything has been supercharged on you that is electronic in nature. And I will allow you to do one of two things. You can take a condition or you can drop your electronics on the other side of the barrier.
Yeah, I think you would see the bag start to move and like lights turn on and music, 80s music would play loudly. And I think he just takes it and looks to who's next in line, to Jerry. And he just turns and says, "Hey, can you catch this?" And tries to chuck it back through the area.
It passes through the barrier without any type of problem, and as soon as it crosses that rainbow-hued barrier, the bag goes still, and the music turns off. And Jerry, you're able to easily catch it.
I just gotta make sure I come back for that. It like came to life, I think.
Everyone saw it, yeah.
Yeah, but you want it back?
No, just put it down. I think it comes to life over here. I just gotta come back for it. We gotta come back this way.
Jerry will set it down beside him and look a little confused.
Ben puts his hand on Jerry's shoulder. I'm going through with you, man.
Yeah, I really wish we had coats. Let's go.
Roll me a tech or a heart, the base skill. Roll me a d6.
Not our night.
Everything's perfectly fine. You walk through, everything looks great.
Of course.
Ben kind of squeezes your shoulder. Nice job, man. Nothing happened to us. You look like an adult. What do I look like? He stands there and,
Well, you're still smaller than I am.
well, all right. He laughs a little bit and stands and turns around as Rob is the next one, followed by George.
All right. Just take your time.
You don't have to roll. Just walk on. If you want to walk on through, just go ahead.
Everything's gonna be okay. All right.
You'll be fine. Just go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And Rob's gonna walk through.
No roll required. Rob walks right through. George, you are.
One success.
George, you walk right through. As everybody meets on the other side, there don't appear to be any more of these barriers between you and at least one of the entrances to the Maplehurst Mall. At this point, as you're approaching your first structure in town, you're basically traveling up a bare hill. There are no homes here. There are no Sarge's home. Presumably the lot where he has his house is the closest one, but that's on the other side of the Maplehurst Mall. You're actually kind of coming up in the same direction as where you kind of left the mall on the backside where the theater was during the events of Predator and Predator 2. You're kind of a little bit away from that one, maybe 200-300 yards, a little bit further south from that. But as you're climbing up, I will ask you this. Do you approach like you own the place? Are you going to sneak towards this structure? Are you taking any precautions? Or are you residents of Garrett, children of the town that you are surrounding you, and you simply walk in? What do you do?
Seriously though, what's a Forever 21?
It's a clothing store. You're fine.
Yeah,
No biggie.
It's like a clothing
Trendy
store.
clothes.
Yeah, for a feminine name.
Shannon's gonna walk in like she owns the place. That's what we're going for.
All right. And again, this is not something you can fail. It's just something I can flavor. And since you're walking in like you own the place, please roll me a charm.
Oh, terrible. 0. Absolutely 0.
Well, then I'll ask you this. Are you walking in like gun out, badass, like just striding through like the barn doors of an old saloon, ready to, gun the place down, like total appearance, total aggression? Or are you just like collectively, emotionally walking in like you own the place? Because if you're carrying yourself in an aggressive manner, I'll give you another roll.
Oh no, she's not being aggressive. She's just like, I'm on a mission and like I don't need any distractions kind of situation.
Gotcha. So, you carry that off for as much as like a 13-year-old can, because that's what you look like to everybody. So as you
cool.
kind of
That's so fun.
walk in as you own the place as a 13-year-old, you do.
Yeah.
Everybody else, anybody trying to be sneaky, or is this just let's get to the mall and get it over with?
George Butts' vein. He's probably gonna just fit in. We're trying to.
Gotcha. If anybody's going to sneak, now's the time. If not, I'll let you walk in single file.
Should I?
Now that we're...
Good.
No, now that we're on the other side of the wall, does Shannon still look like young Shannon?
She does.
Okay.
Should I hide?
What? Why?
Well, if there's an evil version of me that's sort of running shit here or terrorizing people or is like a horrible villain or like the mayor, I don't know. Wouldn't it be weird if...
You don't strike me as the political type.
Okay. Either
It's up to
way,
you. If you feel like hiding, go for it.
I don't... It occurs to me just now that I don't think I've ever been in here.
What?
I don't think I've ever been in the mall. I don't know where to hide. If I were to hide, I don't know where to hide.
The mall opened during the events of your second season, so it wasn't necessarily something, or no, a couple episodes into the first season it opened. Because you guys went to the theater in the very first episode, and the rest of the mall opened up, 4 or 5 episodes later?
Except the spare second was the day of the theater.
Right.
There isn't a mall where I was. I mean, there was like physically, but there was nothing. It wasn't open yet. There were no things.
There was no Forever 21.
Yeah. And Forever 21, I don't know what that still, it's closing. I don't know where to go in here. So if you want me to hide, someone needs to find me somewhere to hide.
I don't think hiding's going to do anything. I think we just
all right.
Try to fit in. If you hide, then we have to try to find you and run. I'd rather just have you ready to run.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Shannon, you are approaching, since you are still in the lead, you are approaching the Maplehurst Mall. You see the large kind of glass wall with the glass doors beneath it. Everything inside seems dark, though.
Oh, that's not
But
good.
as you approach and you grab hold of the door, it does open.
Oh, this is fun. So there's no activity when I open the door. There's nothing inside, like darkness.
You can roll me an investigate. I'll tell you anything but just like the 50 feet around you seems as if it's not like it's eerily closed. It just seems like it's not open, but the door was open. With an additional success, you hear something deeper inside the mall. It's not like a normal kind of cadence or anything like that. It's irregular. So it sort of sounds like people, as far as just like a kind of a voiceless mob or conversations in the background, dull static. Nothing nefarious. None of your trained senses kind of ping to be kind of cautious of the sounds that you're hearing. If anything, it sounds a bit familiar for a mall, but it's the darkness that kind of throws you a little bit. It's just not bright enough to be open. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. She'll holster her weapon and walk in.
Okay, you each walk in. Jerry, when you take the door from presumably the Mitch, as Mitch crosses through and you take the door, you see yourself looking at you in the glass of the mirror, and you see yourself mouthing something, but you cannot make out the words. And Ben grabs the door, not seeing you from behind, and pulls it away, casting the reflection in a different way. And then when the door kind of reorients itself, it's just your reflection looking back at you.
Guys, things are getting wiggy. Just
You all right, man?
pay
Ben says
attention.
from behind you.
I think I'm trying to tell myself something.
What do you mean?
What?
Huh?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I feel like there should be lights on.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I hear
is
people though.
hard.
I think it's people.
I remember the commercials for the mall, and it was like, this is the new hip teen hangout spot. And I don't,
Maybe
With
it's
lights on
after hours.
24/7.
wow. I don't see any hip teens.
I see 6 hip teens right now.
With the absence of hip teens in the local vicinity, I will tell you this, that the first store in this area, since you're entering from one of the main entrances, is a box store. It is a J.C. Penney.
Oh, I know that one.
Jerry, they'll have one at your stuff, sizes over here, right?
Probably.
Okay. Let's just first store. Let's get this done and get out of here.
Shannon, you lead them into the J.C. Penney, and everybody, if you would be so kind as go over to your Spotify playlist and I don't know, just turn on track number 6, On the Turning Away by Pink Floyd.
We're about to do a Pretty Woman montage here, guys, for Jerry.
Snap the thing. Oh,
Yeah, Shannon, as you lead everybody into J.C. Penney, it looks like the J.C. Penney, if any of you had been in the Maplehurst Mall in the 80s when it opened, and Rob, if you had been in the J.C. Penney in the early 90s, this is what it would have looked like. You walk in, you see the kind of the rotary racks everywhere. You see that there's a shoe section, men's section, women's section, sporting goods, all these things kind of lined up with placards along the drop ceiling. But there are no customers as you walk in. Now, the gate's not pulled, the doors are not locked. There are low-level lighting in here, almost as if it's a decision, like an artistic decision, to have like kind of baseboard lighting. Nothing overhead, though. So for the most part, this place is cast into pretty profound shadow, but not enough where you can't orient yourself to know which department to go to. So are we headed to some place to just outfit everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does everybody grab? You have a J.C. Penney at your disposal, friends, and nary a cashier in sight. How do you take advantage of this incredible opportunity to outfit yourself with J.C. Penney's very best? And I say that because I used to shop at J.C. Penney, so I'm allowed to. Go ahead.
Fair enough.
What kind of clothes do the mannequins have on?
Excellent question. It seems that they are all wearing cold weather gear.
Does it
Ski
give an era?
jackets. It looks like it's 80s. There's a couple kind of bright colored jackets. Nothing that you would look at and think that looks like it's from the 60s or from the 50s, but a specific year, you could investigate if you want to try to find out more, but the clothing itself doesn't make you feel like it's another time.
It's not super important. I was just trying to determine if we were at the weird neon 90s era.
It's a fantastic question, though. Yeah. It looks familiar. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, just practical clothing and equipment for Shannon.
Okay.
Can we all go take a photo where we all do this on top of the other person's head? And we just sort of stack in a line.
There is a family photography section in the back.
With matching windbreakers.
Yeah.
You can those can be provided as well. All courtesy of J.C. Penney. Ben would
Oh,
grab
yeah.
like a puffer jacket and like a toboggan and gloves,
Yeah.
which he would kind of put into pockets, kind of making sure that no matter what happened, he'd have something for it. He throws a pair of jeans Jerry's way because they're both wearing shorts and presumably like Chuck All-Stars and shit. So
Just to be clear, we're burgling all of this, right?
Yes, we are.
none of you have mentioned paying for anything yet, and Ben has not,
Point of
broken
sale
out a
down.
wallet.
Shannon said that there was a discount, so don't worry about it. It's fine.
Just to be more clear, Greg, you just said the word toboggan, and I can't imagine Ben grabbing a whole ass sled. What?
I can.
Everybody, that is a colloquialism from Western Maryland. A
Okay,
toboggan
cool.
is like a beanie or a knit
That's a
cap.
type of beanie. Yeah.
Okay.
I know what you
Okay.
meant, Greg. I'm from Southern PA. I get
There
it.
you
was
go,
like-
buddy.
I was like,
My
wow,
man.
a sled. Bold choice.
At least he didn't call it a toque.
A toque, yeah.
That's some weird Northerners.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
You guys didn't know you'd get a little history lesson.
Wild.
Rob's gonna grab a backpack,
Okay.
and he is going to put on a jacket. He's gonna get a puppy Fat Joe jacket, just to start off with, certain squad, and then he's going to just put various t-shirts and shorts and maybe a pair of flip-flops and a wallet chain in the backpack.
Isn't there like a sporting goods section around here?
It has one.
I'm not familiar enough with JCPenney to remember if there was a sporting goods. I never got my sporting goods from JCPenney, but they may have.
Maybe some rope, some equipment.
What you gonna use a rope for?
This is
Yeah,
Shannon.
Yeah, you could easily get climbing rope there. They have shoes and things of that nature. Now, again, it's not like hemp rope or anything like that,
Yeah.
but it's kind of like the braided cable that you would use if you were, doing rock climbing or something of that nature. I'll give you 50 feet. How's that?
Sure.
Anything else y'all want to pick up here in JCPenney in our shopping episode?
Yeah.
I think Butts is getting out of his coveralls, and he's going to put on jeans or chinos or something and a stylish ski jacket. He can't wear a beanie, but he definitely gets like an ear warming band.
Gotcha.
Wow.
Right. Fantastic. Got to keep the hair right,
That's right.
What a time.
Love it.
Jerry's gonna find like the biggest sweater he can find at a balaclava.
Fantastic. You are all outfitted in whatever you would like. No cashier comes up to ask you if you need help. No salesperson, and there's no one to pay even if you decided that you would like to do that. You can roll me any type of checks that you would like to do here if you're looking for anything other than just outfitting yourself with rope or clothing or shoes or whatever it would happen to be. I don't know if your investigations are going any deeper than that, but I will assume it's just surface level and equipping yourselves. Within 15, 20 minutes, you're ready to go.
I'm gonna give you a roll here, Greg.
Sure.
Mitch is just gonna grab a winter jacket, whatever one is on the rack, as he walks by, searching for a electronics section of this place. Give you a little investigate. One success. He's also looking for we know there was a drone. I don't know what time period we're in, but we know there's a drone that was surveillance wise. He's looking for security cameras. He's in the electronics section looking for he's been stuck with 1987 technology. So anything that looks like it could be repurposed in this current place, he's going to try to snatch that up.
Sure. I will say this. I'm not sure how amazed Mitch might be at laser disc technology, but he does see some, the ability to read laser printed discs is definitely something that is a focal point of the audiovisual section of JCPenney here. As you look around, and again, I know a lot of people are saying JCPenney doesn't have all this. Well, friends, if they are a catalog hub store, they do in fact have all this stuff. So you walk into the electronics section, you see these kind of prominently displayed laser discs. But to answer your other question with a 1 success on your investigate, you do see, it takes you a second because you're looking around for like CCTV cameras and you don't see anything like that.
Yeah.
But then you realize that there are these little amber domes that seem to be about every 30 to 40 feet along the top of the drop ceiling. And it takes you a bit, but you notice that there is a red light that is blinking inside each one.
Hey, there's cameras that are on,
Okay.
like security cameras.
I mean, it's a mall. That makes sense. You want to break into the security office and destroy the footage? Is that the next step that we're going to?
No, if the place is closed, why would you have security cameras on?
Why wouldn't they?
In case people
Okay.
break in and do what we're doing.
That too.
I guess we shouldn't be worried about Jerry being a criminal then.
Yeah, now it's all of us.
Anyway, and then he just pushes several of the Laserdisc players off the shelf because his tools were in the bag, hoping that they shatter, and he begins to start pulling out the actual laser, the laser eye mechanism in them.
Sure, give me a tinker roll as you are pulling these out, and I'll tell you how intact you get as many as you would like.
Hell yeah. 1 success.
You can definitely pull one out with a very quick period of time. You figure you can get as many as you want now. Now that you kind of had your trial and error with this one, you got it out. It seems like it's working. It seems functional as far as the component parts. You can grab as many as you would like, upwards of 24 if you would like. It will take
So
you a
you
little bit, but
You just hear a smash as he just knocks a bunch of things onto the floor, and you would see him just picking shit apart out of there until someone grabs him that you're all ready to go.
then I would say this, Mitch, as you kind of grab, a lot of them are kind of like large box displays that are kind of staggered to present the Laserdisc players in different ways. And as you kind of take the whole display and push it to the side, it reveals the far side of JCPenney, maybe 20 feet away from you. And there is a full glass window looking out of an entrance that you all did not come through. This leads directly into the JCPenney. And you see Ben staring at the glass. Just as you push everything away, you see his back as he's just staring out into what looks like the darkness.
Ben?
He does not answer.
Jerry? Ben's doing a thing.
He does that sometimes. Just let him be.
No, it's like a little creepy.
Yeah, I know.
Like the water creature creepy.
What?
You know, the swamp monster you punched in the face with lightning? He's just staring at a glass window.
Mitch, you are the closest to Ben, just to kind of put everybody in perspective.
He grabs a piece of the Laserdisc player and just frisbees it at him.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You somehow hit him right in like the small of the back, and he does not move.
Yeah, I just threw something at him and he's not moving. But every time I talk to him, he tries to punch me, so this one's on you, big guy.
I'm coming.
And Mitch just watches.
Jerry, as you walk up to Ben, you're about 10 feet away from him when you realize that the outside of the mall, there is a scene playing out. It's as if it's bright midday, and you see Ben looking out, and you can see him looking at his younger self as Dutch and Nee are raining punches down on top of him. And you see him in his old fatigue green army jacket with his father's name on the chest as he's trying desperately to protect his face and protect his Walkman as they are just raining punches down. You can see one punch just splits right by his eye. Another punch comes down and hits him just in the back of the head. And you can see that that one does something to him as his hands kind of release the Walkman and it kind of clatters to the ground. And as they bend over and are getting ready to reach for this Walkman, you see Mitch out of nowhere run in and barrel roll into the two of them, knocking them completely prone. Mitch lands on top of Nee and is just raining his own punches down on top of him. Mitch looks like he has just come from some type of mechanical work. He has grease all over him. He has the old shirt of the garage he used to frequent before he actually worked there. And he's just raining these punches down, no thought to himself, as Dutch stands up behind him and levels a kick at the back of his head. And then you see two mall security guards show up and break everything up. And Mitch reaches down and pulls Ben up off the ground and hugs him as Ben is crying. And that's where everything goes dark, as if the play has just changed scenes. And Ben shakes for a second. The fuck, man?
Was that real?
What's real in this place, man? Jerry, you would remember that this is something that did happen before the events of Predator, before Ben was beaten up frequently. And it wasn't until really Jerry came on the scene full time that stopped. But before that, it was always Mitch who had Ben's back. We got to get out of this place, man. Fuck this place. We never should have come back here.
I know. But we gotta finish this. Let's get the others. Let's go.
And he puts his arm around Jerry. And you feel a lot of his weight as you're walking.
Honestly, that's kind of like Jerry's comfort zone, feeling like he can support someone else when he doesn't have the answers himself. So he supports him and takes him back to the group.
Yeah, and Ben knows that, and Ben just drinks that in. He knows, yeah, Jerry has always been his kickstand. He's the thing that's kept him up, and he's leaning on you now. As Ben and Jerry return to the group, Mitch, since you were the closest, you saw that entire scene play out, both between Ben and Jerry and outside between the past, Mitch and Ben, and Dutch and Nee. And you remember that day.
Mitch pulls on the jacket and stuffs the pockets with the laser disc pieces and sort of zips it up like to the bottom of his chin, and walks with the rest of the group, not saying anything about that.
All right, my friends, you have outfitted yourselves for what you believe to be any potential event inside the city limits of Garrett. And so I will ask you again, what's the plan?
I would have gone to Teletran if I were me.
Are we ready to face whatever version of you is possibly here?
I don't think I'm there anymore, but if I know me, that's a familiar place that was more like home than anywhere else, and I would need to get my shit right before I assaulted the loop. There's credentials, there's guns, there's I doubt it's kept up, but that's where I would have started. So if I'm right about the timeline, then that would be a different Teletran than the one we had. So I don't think it like transformed itself or anything like that, but
maybe there's clues as to what happened.
it may be. I mean, if this is the timeline that we lost in, then I imagine that still would have been our base for at least a time. guess.
Okay.
I just need to get my bag before we leave.
Sure.
Greg, real quick.
Yeah.
As far as between here, Teletran, and the towers, George Butts's neighborhood, I thought was in the northwest of town. Is that true?
You're absolutely
So
correct,
we
my
would.
friend.
So logically speaking, the path from Teletran would technically go past my neighborhood.
Directly past it. Yep.
Okay.
You know, the path to the loop would go directly past the Butts estate, the house, and then to this in the opposite direction is Teletran.
Right. Okay. Just want to make sure I have my landscaping right.
Yep, you got it right. Yep.
All right. Guys, on the way to the towers, we need to stop by my house. One, my dad's workshop probably has some useful stuff. Two, I'm a little bit bugged out about my kid.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry, what?
What?
Excuse me?
Weren't you guys on? Were they all asleep when that happened? You guys asleep when that happened? Look, it's,
What are you? I'm sorry. When in between the time that we left Vegas and here, you had a child.
on the phone. It was a long distance relationship.
Ben claps you on the shoulder. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, appreciate it. I think it's a trick, but nevertheless, it's probably worth checking out. I don't know. But again, my dad's workshop there. Maybe there's something we could use. Secret files. I don't know. I at least just want a peace of mind of checking it out.
Sure.
I feel like this is a dumb question, but like last I remember, you're a robot. I'm pretty positive on that. Are you serious? Did you really have like a through the phone? Is that like a thing you could do? Is that like a real?
He said it.
Dude, I don't know what I don't know. I don't know.
Like I've heard of phone sex before, but like
Okay. Nope.
Let's have a little
you know,
talk about the robot birds and the robot bees.
the ones in the
Shannon
Zoom.
just starts walking. She's like not listening to this.
Right. The 13-year-old appearing Shannon quits the group at this point as she just walks up.
Yeah, his name's Aaron, guys. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes
likely
sense.
in danger.
Do you want to go there first? That seems like a child in danger seems like a pretty.
You know, I didn't want to like tell the group what to do here, but kind of.
Okay,
But
like I don't
at
want to
the
be
same
that
time,
guy
I
and be
feel
like, oh, we
on
got to go
way
see the
from
robots.
Teletran
But like, yeah,
to the towers.
and we can just go to your house, and then we can go back to Teletran.
Okay, then yeah, I guess we're not too far from my place, right?
Garrett's not huge.
Yeah.
You're about a half hour from anywhere in Garrett. Now the loop takes a little bit longer to get to, but as far as anything inside city limits, max is a half hour.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't mind, that'd put my mind at ease. It'd be one less thing distracting me.
Yeah.
Cool. On the way out, I would love to see if there's like a Zippo and a Bic lighter and like a Swiss Army knife. You know, like there's always like those tchotchkes as you head out, the little things that they want you to pick up, and I'd pocket that kind of stuff.
You may pocket however many you would like. You can find everything at one of those like engraving stores where it's like, you know, they're not necessarily the highest quality stuff, but you can definitely find like a multi-tool type of Swiss Army knife. It's not an official Swiss Army knife, but it's you know, a Swiss Army knife adjacent. And then you don't find a Zippo, but you find like a Lippo or something like that you can surely use for at least a week before.
Hey man, it's Nerf or nothing. Like, what's going on here? I need name brands.
Unfortunately, the kiosk that you are shopping at, or excuse me, stealing from right now, does not provide you with the highest of shelf stuff. But yeah, you can absolutely grab that.
Beggars can't be choosers, so I grab them.
Are we going back out the same door? Like, did we come in through a door that was the JCPenney's, or did we come through a main entrance and be like, oh, JCPenney?
Yeah, that one. You came in through a main entrance for the mall proper, and that led you to JCPenney. Where Ben was looking out would be like the entrance that would go directly from the parking lot into JCPenney. But you all kind of backtracked, and Shannon was going back the way that you all had come. So I was assuming, you know, with the kiosk in play, with the Zippos and the Swiss Army knives, that's back through the mall proper. But you're back at the door where you left, and without any other further ado, I can get you back to Mitch's bag, or you can tell me where else you want to go.
Mitch beelines for his bag once we're out of there.
All right. I'm assuming you're all keeping the same marching order, and as you get down there, you're able to pass through the field. No ill effects, but on the other side, Shannon looks like current modern day Shannon.
Oh, you're normal.
What?
You look normal. I said you look like a kid before.
I didn't think you meant literally, but okay, cool.
Yeah, no, you looked like a kid with a gun, which was pretty funny, but
Fucking
you looked
hell.
like a kid.
Okay, great.
Right. He just grabs his bag, tosses it over his shoulder.
Shannon is not amused.
All right, everybody. So as you head back north from the Maplehurst Mall, now you're going to be heading into Garrett proper. This will take you through Main Street and the center of town. This takes you past such places as Ping's, what now happens to be Doc McIntyre's drugstore, which again has that open sign on it. Also past the paperback exchange, you're going to go past the fire department and the police headquarters, one place that Shannon knows quite well from different time periods. And it would take you into the residential areas of Washington Street, where is located, at least when you all lived here, the homestead of the Buttses. If you have nothing else you'd like to do, we can start moving through Garrett.
What are we looking at here, Butts? Is he like in danger, like physical danger? Like, is there like a...
Yes,
Was he
probably
eating
that. Also, somebody was eating grass in that.
grass?
So
Your
I don't know if
mom?
my mom's here. She could, but my mom's cool, guys. My mom's cool.
So for the grass thing?
Look, she's a robot, dude. Like, what do you care? But yeah, he definitely was like, he was spooked. So I would just
Maybe
be.
you should go first then, Butts.
Yeah, I'll go first. That's fine.
Okay, so Butts goes first, and Shannon, are you just going to? We're going to keep the same order and move George
Yeah.
to the front. Okay.
Yeah.
I would turn back after, like, I would take a step, turn back real quick. I'm like, Shannon, be careful with the gun.
I'm not gonna bring
Don't
my
be
gun
jumpy.
out in front of a kid.
Trust in you. I just met him, okay? So I'm a little nervous.
See if it's actually a kid first.
Alrighty. My friends, if you could do me a favor, let's go back to Pearl Jam and put on track number 5 as we are walking through Garrett here. As you begin to walk, you realize that the main street seems to be in a slice. If these different time, season, era, periods are distinct locales, Main Street seems to be in its own. It's not crisscrossed by anything. It appears to, you don't see any of those barriers, any of those rainbow hued kind of oil slicks to cross through. And as you're moving north, Rob, you probably have the most familiarity with this because you lived in here during the 90s. You saw the decade that the rest of them really didn't see. And what stores have closed, which ones have opened. But even to your eye, even to your knowledge of Garrett, things are just in flux. Just off of Main Street, you can see where the old cathedral that again burned down in that same fire in 59 is standing. It seems like there's organ music coming from inside of it. The doors are open. It's inviting. It seems, at least in its area, not to be as cold as what you feel here. Otherwise, the doors wouldn't be open. There's a lot of things that just don't make sense because of proximity, because you feel one way, but the rest of the town's behaving in a different way. And as you round the corner and take the street on that dog leg that heads up towards the Butts' house, and you're going through Garrett proper, you all, whether your eyes are drawn there or not, or you do so deliberately, you all look towards the left of where the paperback exchange is, and you see it. It is standing. It is very dark, and it is boarded up. But above it, you can still see the almost pale, almost stained letters, or at least where the letters used to be, of the paperback exchange. Your Sancta Sanctorum, Maggie's throne. It stands there dark, cold, and about 100 feet just over there. As you all continue to walk north, you get towards Main Street. You can see that, or you get towards Town Square. Main Street kind of moves to the right, your right of the Town Square. But as you can see, each quadrant of the Town Square is summer, winter, fall, spring. And as the snow blows, it will even pass over into these other seasons, melting instantly and turning into water. You can see it splash against the concrete. And in the spring where it's raining, you can see that that water will run into the summer area where it begins to evaporate on the hot concrete and the hot blacktop. But there is a swirl. And this is the first time that you all actually see people. And you see a small family, no one that you recognize. They're dressed in almost turn of the century clothing, very almost Victorian, it looks like, but it's simple. It's the what they would have worn in Garrett at the time, not London or New York City. And as they pass from spring into winter, you see them in 70s kind of bundled up, deep fur coats and whatnot. And as they cross over into spring, you see them with umbrellas, and they're wearing yellow. The kids are wearing yellow slickers like you all used to wear to school. And as they pass away from you on the opposite side, you see them enter into darkness and disappear. But as you progress even further into Garrett, I'd like each of you to roll me an investigate.
Two successes for Mitch.
Can anybody beat two successes? It doesn't look like. So Mitch, and again, Mitch, you know this place second best to Rob. The problem is you know one particular second of one particular day of one particular year. The town, even though it's small and nothing really ever changes here, there's definitely a lot of change when you take the entirety of the history of Garrett and plop it all in one place. So you're constantly observing things that you know aren't supposed to be there, because this is like Garrett in the spare second became like a circuit for you. Everything was where it was supposed to be. But now the wires changed. You know, this connection's gone. So these things are just kind of in your face as being wrong, different, not right, you know, danger, danger, but it's just the geography. And as you look around, you can see that there are various figures that seem to be maybe a street or two over, and they are frozen. You see them walking almost like the picture of the Bigfoot, you know, just kind of frozen in movement like that. Like the Beatles going across the street. You can see these silhouettes frozen 2 streets to the right, 3 streets to the right, through several of these panes of rainbow barriers. And just north, you know that the next intersection will lead you to Butts's block. And as you move closer to it, you see that everything is overgrown. And this area, once finally manicured with lawns and topiary type shrubbery, has not been tended to. And George, you see your old neighborhood gone to what is essentially ruin. You are all on the block of the Buttses. What would you like to do?
So you sure you got a call from here?
Well, it wasn't a phone call. It was over the radio, but still, like same thing.
Yeah, nobody's eaten grass here in a while.
Like parts
I
of
don't
this
know, we
area is
were
like
headed-
frozen.
Look, man. Like I said, this
Could
could
have
all
been
have
a
been made
different
up and a way to lure us here. Or my kid, long lost, whatever, is in there. I don't know. This could also be, I don't know, time works differently here, so
Yeah.
could be
Okay,
something yet to
I
come
mean,
or has happened a
we're
long time
here.
ago.
Do we
Yeah.
go in?
Yeah.
Might as well.
You guys are still several houses away from Butts's house. Tell me how you'd like to approach. If it's just normal, great. If it's sneaky, great. I will stop asking this question unless you guys want to interject it, but I will assume from this point forward, you're just walking at a normal pace. Just tell me in this particular instance how you approach the home of George Butts.
What's the play here, Butts?
I mean, if they're inside, they're going to see us anyway. But we could try to sneak in the old path that we used to take in and out around the back. Just be
Is
safe.
Is the workshop or in the garage, or is it out back?
I believe it's in the garage or in the basement.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll follow your lead, Buds.
Yeah, Greg, I would. I'm sure there's like little like hedgerows and things like that between the gardens and whatnot, and I'd take us back around the back of the house where we used to sneak in and out.
Sure. George, why don't you roll me a sneak since you're leading everybody here? They're going to stop and start on your move. Anybody else can assist with this if you would like.
Sure, Shannon will.
One success.
Second.
Okay, roll me an extra d6, and then you. There we go. No, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. So with these successes, with Shannon basically helping everybody else behind George, you're all able to make it around kind of parallel in like a neighbor's yard, basically through like on the other side of the hedge, knowing full well that if memory serves, George, there should be like a V opening that you are able to creep over into your backyard, which it's still there. However, when you get close and you see that opening in the hedge and you begin to move towards it, just as you're ready to pass through it, you realize that about 3 inches from your face is one of those barriers. You see the rainbow kind of slick right in front of your face, maybe 3 inches. What would you like to do? About the size of a pipe that you would use if you were working on it all afternoon. 3 inches.
Wow.
Full circle.
So what I'm getting out of that is it's like you can like peek in the pipe.
No, you can see, again, you can see your backyard. It doesn't look like the backyard. You remember, your father was always very militant about making sure everything was very fine. The presentation of the Butts house was, just a chef's kiss at all times, but it doesn't look like that now. In fact, when you're looking in there and only you can kind of peer through here and see this, George, roll me an investigate.
And none of my mother's topiary.
All of the shrubs are there. All of the base of the plant is there, but none of them are cut into the interesting shapes that used to be there.
No bush.
And no bush. And when you look through with your investigate, you see that even though the lawn is overgrown and, there are even like potted plants and potted flowers that are dead with, stalks of brown kind of hanging off of them, you can see clear as day in the little rise just off of the hot tub, that lawn that used to be almost like a putting green, so finely manicured it was. There are several, say half dozen, perfectly cut triangle wedges in the lawn.
That's only one success, so I can't tell if that's super fresh.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, it definitely looks like the reason why you can tell it's fairly recent is that the dirt beneath it hasn't it looks too perfect. It almost looks like it's been, I used a weed eater to cut it out. It's just fine. No overgrowth from the either side of the lawn. It hasn't tried to like repurpose the area or take it back over. So the dirt seems fresh. So you would estimate, not being a gardener yourself, but within the last couple of days.
But
yeah,
I know this isn't the appropriate time for this, but I've been waiting for like 10 years. Those were definitely vaginas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful blossoms. Okay.
And with that, an age-old mystery that has plagued 1980s Garrett is finally laid to rest, as there had been numerous petitions, anonymous calls to the sheriff, to Rugen himself, that their neighbor had been cutting their hedges to look like vaginas, and that at every point, nobody in a position of power that came forward to the Buttses could ever actually say, are those shrubs vaginas? If so, you've got to remove them. No one could ever muster the courage for that. And thus, the question was never answered until just this time in this, the oddest of all the Garretts, that it was in fact done on purpose and probably as a part of an advertisement for George's mom.
Oh.
Oops.
You're welcome.
Well, now we can go home, finally. Jeez.
It's a campaign over, actually. That was we solved the
Mystery solved.
Unsolved mystery. Dum-dum.
That
Right.
was my quest. All right, good. Good
Right.
job.
Here, I will give you your experience points. Right. So yeah,
Uh,
so George, you are nose to nose with a barrier that is between you and the house. And with that investigate, you can actually see that it passes through the actual hedge. You can see that barrier moving. And it's just a slight movement, a little bit more than the one you passed through to get to the mall, which seemed very solid. This one does have a little give and take in it, almost as if the plants around it are causing that. But whenever it moves, you can see that on one side, the hedge seems to be in a state of dormancy, like in winter. And on one side, the side that's closest to you, it actually has the green leaves of new spring. With each kind of flex and flux, it gives death, life, death, life.
all right, guys, we have another barrier here, another shield.
Okay.
I think we go again one at a time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep, and I just step into it.
Okay, roll me heart or tech when you walk in.
Two successes.
Fantastic.
Part.
With 2 successes, who's the next person through? Shannon? Shannon, you do not have to roll, as George has successfully sort of breached the barrier for a moment. And Shannon, as you kind of climb into, like, following George through the barrier, the next person in line, Mitch, you see them both disappear.
Ooh. I think Mitch just follows. I also rolled 0 successes.
You walk through, but you don't see a barrier. And as you kind of peer up through the hedge and into what is the Butts' backyard, Mitch, you look around. You don't see George. You don't see Shannon. And I'll give this one to you for free. In the longer kind of unkept grass, you don't see that anybody has passed this way. You don't see footfalls. You don't see, any broken stalks or anything like that. Everything back here seems untouched.
If I turn around, do I see Rob and Jerry?
Yeah, you would see Jerry and Ben kind of looking through. Ben's like,
guys, they disappeared.
I know
What?
No, like I'm on the other side of the barrier and I don't see them. They're gone.
so is the barrier, by the way. You do not see it anymore.
Do you guys see a barrier? There was a barrier.
For those of you that rolled a 1, at least on that earlier investigate, you would have recognized that there was a barrier when pointed out. And even if you didn't get it, with everybody kind of George holding position there long enough, you could see at least a little bit of it. None of it's there anymore. And the entire hedge looks like it's in full bloom. Just the fresh green leaves of spring are all over it. None of it looks like it's in dormancy. And when you look around, Mitch, in this backyard, you can see that the French doors right beside the hot tub are blasted out into the yard. There is glass everywhere, and what looks like, well, let's just say there's staining all over the decking of the porch.
Guys, it looked like somebody. It looks like somebody exploded out of the door. And I don't mean like the Kool-Aid man. I mean,
Oh,
Like Alien 1.
Mitch, you hear something from inside. Reminder, you were the only one on this side of the hedge.
there's something in there. Come on.
Jerry, you're up next. No one can go through unless you do.
I mean, excuse me. I guess I'll give it a go.
No need for a roll. There's no barrier to go through. You just have to climb under. And if you want to join Mitch in the backyard, Ben will join you as well, leaving only Rob then on the other side of the hedge. Ben would turn around and kind of offer a hand.
He's gonna take his hand and go through.
He pulls him through. There's definitely a sound coming from inside the house. Anybody that's not George or Shannon, you can roll me an investigate, or if you roll me an investigate to focus on whatever's in the house, the sound that you kind of hear, or if you want to investigate anything else, tell me what you're looking at.
I'll investigate the house. I will not investigate shit.
I'm also looking at the house. I guess looking at this splatter, but not seeing anything.
You definitely see the splatter. Rob, what would you like to do?
Rob is going to, in no like non-hushed tones, go, "Oh shit!"
Right?
And yeah, he's gonna look up at the house and have one success.
Exploded.
Rob, when you look up at the house and you can hear something, it's a faint sound, and it almost seems like it's building, like it's getting louder and it's getting louder. And nobody else seems to be reacting to it. This increasing audio, this increasing volume that you hear. And as you watch, the glass on the ground outside gets pulled back into the frame of the French doors. The doors close suddenly, and then they smash open, and you see the body of Shannon Locke come flying out and crash in front of you, do a barrel roll, and smash into the shed. And then everything is calm like it was before. But there's something in the house, and it's getting louder, Rob. What do you do?
Check on Shannon. Teacher still got a gun, and he's gonna go start walking up towards the house.
Did we see Shannon explode out?
You saw nothing. Rob, as you move forward and you look at the shed itself seems completely intact. And you hear a sound getting louder and louder. And as you turn and look, now you're positioned just in front of the shed. You see the glass pull back into the French doors. And this time on the other side of the glass, you see a colorful splash of rainbow hues. And you see Shannon get blasted out through the French doors again. She is covered and cut in blood. You see no gun in her hand as she whisks right past you. You can actually smell the blood as she smashes into the shed. And you can feel the blood on your face, Shannon's blood. It is still warm. And Jerry and Mitch, when you turn and look at Rob's face, the right side is covered in blood.
So what happens to Shannon's body? Does it just disappear when she lands?
As soon as you turn to look, the shed is completely whole. There is no body of Shannon Locke, and the French doors are exploded outwards again. But you hear a sound inside, and it's getting louder and louder.
You got red.
Do you not hear that?
No. And you said go check on Shannon. I don't even know where she is.
She keeps exploding out of the door. Are you guys not seeing the door put itself back together and re-explode out with Shannon?
Right now, the glass pulls back into the French doors. The doors close.
Right now.
No.
Everybody, if you could go to your Spotify playlist and play track number 4, Firewoman by The Cult.
Okay.
George and Shannon, you climb through the hedge. Shannon, when you turn around to see Mitch, if he's making his way through there, you realize that there's no one behind you. That the hedge itself is completely in a state of dormancy. It's just the branches, just the brown and gray drab of a winter's night. And George, as you look up, the French doors are closed, intact. There's no glass. There's no blood. Your house looks normal. I mean, it's overgrown, sure, but
Shannon
all right.
sees Butts in front of her still, though, right?
Yep, you see each other.
She like taps him. George, the rest of them didn't. They're not here. I mean, we're gonna keep
Yeah.
going, but just heads up, we have no backup.
At this point, it is what it is. We gotta keep trudging.
Let's go.
Maybe do have that Glock ready to go.
Okay. She unholsters it.
George, this is your house. How would you like to approach? Are you trying to get to your dad's workshop like the fastest path, or are you going a different route? You let me know.
No, I think given the description of events from possibly a sun, if not a beacon or lure, there's a lattice that goes up to the second floor. So I think you would climb the lattice up, sneak in through whether that's a bathroom door, whatever window, whatever it is, typically go through. He would just go that way.
And I'm sure that's a window that's never locked or latched, right? So that makes
Right.
it a perfect entry point. I tell you, you're going to succeed no matter what. It's basically climbing a ladder, but this is for me. A move roll, any success will allow you to do this very fast. A sneak roll will allow you to do it very quietly. If one of you wants to roll one and one of you wants to roll the other, you can be fast and quiet, provided you both succeed.
It's the same for me either way, so.
I'll be quiet then. That's
Okay.
my primary go-to. Hopefully. Hey, 2 and 2. Yeah.
So like the very wind itself, the two of you silently and quickly spider climb up this lattice work, helping each other, get footholds. Or George, you point out a couple of the boards that are just a little bit, iffy. And Shannon, you both fall back into the playtime of youth, when things weren't nearly as dire, when a fall from this height wouldn't make your hip hurt forever. And, you're only about 8-10 feet in the air, but as you climb up, the window is unlatched and you're able to kind of palm the glass and slide it up completely quiet, George, as you jump into, what room is this lead into?
I imagine it's the bathroom.
Okay. So you slide into the bathroom and it looks, as far as decoration, just like you remember it. If this is your parents' bathroom, you would see all of your mom and dad's toiletries and things like that. A nice shag rug on the tile to keep feet warm in the morning, various perfume bottles, various, makeup implements and combs and all of those great things that decorate the very small kind of sink tops of the 80s. But it's not nothing stands out to you as being off kilter, if maybe everything seems too normal. And Shannon, you're able to pull yourself in quietly behind him. The two of you are in the House of Butts.
I actually imagine it's not the master bathroom. I think that there's a general bathroom and they have their own, but like a second floor bathroom, full bath. But I would imagine it's kind of close to my room. I would quickly sneak over to my room, see what this looks like. What year does this remind me of, or rough couple of years?
Sure, absolutely. And whenever you creep across the hallway, we're carrying through 2 successes will allow you all both to be quiet and fast throughout this entire scene. So, George, you're pointing out squeaky floorboard. Shannon, you know exactly what he means. You're bypassing all these things as you cross the hallway to George, your room. And when you open it up, you see the bedroom of your youth, like elementary school, like 4th or 5th grade. You see the various posters or any of the toys that you would have had at that time, placed in whether it's clean or dirty, however you used to keep your room, George, is how it is in this appearance. The only thing different here is there are no sheets, no blankets, and no pillows on your mattress.
And just be certain, because George is going to be suspicious of this. Like, this is like 80s youth, not like 90s youth, where this might be his son's room repurposed.
Right. No, this is absolutely your room. In fact, if you were to guess, you would say this is probably like 83, 84, around that area.
Okay. I just wanted to see what time we're dealing with, Shannon. That's all I want to check this for. That's weird though.
Yeah,
And he
this
points out the bed.
doesn't. I don't know.
So part of my past is like, I think my mom and I died, and we got pulled into Garrett from my timeline.
So you think that you're not here yet, technically?
Right.
Okay. Then where would your kid be if your kid's even here in this moment?
He might not be. He might. This shit's tricky. I don't know.
So, what do you want to do? Want to get to your
I say
dad's
we
office?
carry forward, see what useful stuff we can find, and if he's here, great. If trouble's here, we'll figure it out.
Okay. I'm behind you.
Where are you taking us, George?
We're gonna sweep the top floor real quick. Just quick peeks in.
When you look through everything, it is now that you look, with this more discerning eye, you know what time period you're dealing with now. So as you look around, you realize that when you hit the master bedroom, while it's decorated the same way that you remember it being decorated when, you were growing up and this was the room of your mom and dad, you notice that only your dad's side of the closet has clothing. Only your dad's side of the vanity has a clock on it, has, a book sitting by there, his glasses on top of it. And the master bathroom that is off of the master bedroom, you can see that there are only the toiletries for your father, nothing else. And so as you kind of look around, you quickly put together that you might be onto something, that this is before your mom and yourself were brought over. This is a preparation time. And the rest of the floor seems to be devoid of life, save the two of you.
Shannon, I think I was right. I think
Yeah,
this
I think so.
before I came here. This is sad.
Where would your dad normally be right now?
Day, he would probably be at the loop.
So this house should be empty.
He should not be here, but we gotta not make
Okay.
assumptions. I think we stay on guard. I also think that my dad's workshop is not here, or if it is, it's not what it used to be from what I'm used to. So we
Okay.
just, I don't know. Well, let's see. Let's keep
Yeah.
going. I guess at this point, Greg, down the stairs. If there's nothing interesting enough up here anymore, I think we got what we need up here.
You all creep from the second floor down to what is essentially the main floor of the house. You have the basement below this. You have the garage off to the side of this one. But as you come down to the main room with the big picture window that used to look out onto topiaries of vagina, you climb down and roll me and investigate from the two of you. Now that's confirmed, canonically.
It's so much funnier now for some reason.
Well, especially
That's always one of my favorite things.
0 for both of us.
It sounds like a magazine or a book for that specifically. Topiaries of vagina.
Right. The funniest thing is we kind of hinted, I'm getting off topic here, but we hinted around that whenever Rob used to deliver for Pings, that was always a point of reference. The vagina house was one that the delivery people used to use as like a reference point for what house to go to. It's 6 down from the left from the vagina house, which I always thought was great. Anywho, as you all go downstairs, there's one very overt thing that you see, George, that definitely doesn't fit with the house. You see that that there should be a coffee table in there somewhere, but instead the center of the living room is dominated what can only be described as a really cool motherfucking fort. You see that the cushions have been taken off of the couch, the chair, and that your bedspread and sheets seem to have made this grand, almost big top type of tent. In fact, it bears a strong sort of like circus vibes coming from it, as there's, like a beach towel of red, a beach towel of white, a beach towel of pink, kind of almost hitting the actual motif of a circus tent. But you would see that there's no movement coming from inside the tent, no light, but there is a flap for entrance. and there's a little sign outside that's hand drawn on a piece of cardboard, and it says the Castle of Erin.
Shannon, that's a problem.
Problem?
It's starting to feel very real.
Well, you came here for your son, so I'll keep watch.
You
Make
just-
sure nobody sneaks up on us, and
Yeah.
you do your thing.
I would gingerly step forward, crouch down, and slowly open it. You in there, big guy?
Sure. Roll me and investigate as you look inside.
1 success.
Fantastic. Shannon, roll me a move, please. You need 2 successes.
That's so fun. Okay. 1 success. I need 2.
Mm-hmm. You can push and take a condition and re-roll all of your failures. You can use your shame as an auto success, but that's the only time you can use it this act, which means
Right.
there'll be 3 more episodes where you can't use it.
Right.
Can I give her my lead dice?
I have lead dice.
You can't give them to yourself. You have to be in the same scene.
Oh. That's okay. I will take the failure.
Okay. Everybody, please pull up track number 2, Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine. George, as you like slowly pull the flap open on the tent, several things happen at once. One, you look around in the inside, the dimly lit, there's still light able to kind of peek through the towels, the red and white towels on the top. And as you look in, you see that there are like empty packages of Pop-Tarts, like the aluminum foil wrapping kind of crumpled up. You can see there are juice boxes that have been emptied and kind of stacked in almost like a pyramid type of formation. And there is a little bed in there with a pillow, and several of the stuffed animals from your toy chest are arrayed in a different position. But each of the stuffed animals are holding what look like cardboard spears and cardboard swords. One of the teddy bears actually has a shield and a little bit of a helmet, and he seems to be sitting in front like he's the chief guard of the Castle of Erin. And as all of this kind of hits for a moment, behind you in the cubby that leads to one of the ways to go down into the basement, you hear, "Dad, no!" And as you look, you see a small figure that bears a strong resemblance to what you yourself looked like in the pictures of your youth, looking wide-eyed. Shannon, as George looks back at his son, Aaron, you see the red and white of the fort top begin to move upwards, and it splits away, and you see beneath it this rainbow-hued clown. And as he smiles and leaps, he hits you, and you go flying back through the air, through the French doors. And Rob, you see Shannon burst from the inside of the house and crash into the shed behind you. And as you turn and look, the timelines meshing together, you see your old buddy Pennywise. And his smile splits his face to his ears, and he screams in a voice all too familiar to Mitch, "Finally!" And that's where we end this session of Atari Midnight. Stay tuned for our next session, session number 7, You've Got Mail.
What? What the fuck?
Gregory.
Bad boy, Gregory.
Disappointed in you, Greg.
I'm really glad I failed my move roll so that all could come back together. That's
That
great.
was so good.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, this is
Oh.
so perfect. I knew what was happening.
Look.
We knew what was happening.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, mark your calendars. There's gonna be a gap here. We got a gap. We got PAX coming up. We have Thanksgiving coming up after that. So the next session, episode 6, as Greg had just mentioned, is December 2nd. Mark your calendars. Tuesday, December 2nd is episode 7?
7.
7 is the next episode. So mark that down. Make sure you're here. Holy shit. Wild. Let's go around to our introductions so we can get the hell out of here, do our after show. If you guys want access to that after show, join us in the Patreon link down below or in chat right now. At the $5 tier, get access to this after show, all the other after shows for all of Atari Twilight, all of our other fun shows for like the last 5 years. It's a good time. You'll be glad you did, as they said in that one commercial before. Yeah, come check that out. Join the Discord while you're down there. But for now, let's go around. We'll start with Shannon. You just got fucked up by a clown, dog. Meta, who are you? Where can we find you? What are you up to?
Honestly, it kind of is like the topper of my year-end recap, really. It's just perfect. Anyway, I'm Meta. You can find me here, and that's it. Absolutely nowhere else. I am a hermit, so yeah.
Oh yeah,
I embrace.
Hell yeah. Mike, you're a dad now, I guess. So who are you? Because everyone's answer to the rest of the questions are all the same. So Mike, who are you?
I'm just your neighborhood zaddy.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, I'm like George Butts. I'm not on the internet as far as you guys could be concerned. I just play Butts on TV.
That sounds moderately threatening.
Yeah, a little bit. That's great.
Kendall, you're up next.
Hey, it's me. Yeah, no, I don't do a whole lot. There's another game here on unMadeGaming that I started to play, and always Bloody and Duskfall. I'm the Frank Reynolds of the group. But yeah, that's a once a month kind of thing. So keep your feelings out for that. But
oh yeah.
Other than that, nothing. Cool.
Having a good time. Bitters, you're up next.
I'm Mr. Bitters. I hate everything, including doing things on the internet. So just come back here because it's the only thing I do.
Perfect. And last but not least, our illustrious game master, Greg. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Hi, my name's Greg. I'm Warp Reactor over on YouTube. If you ever want to hang out and watch sci-fi and watch my reaction videos, that's cool. But I'd rather you stay here at Atari Midnight whenever we come back on December 2nd to see all this fun stuff. I know that I have a Maggie. I know that I have a Michigan. But what we're going to do is we're going to wait and see. We're going to pause time here as Shannon's flying through the air. And we'll see how to best employ them when next we meet.
Just to be clear, there are currently 2 Maggies and 2 Michigans in play. Unless you tell me otherwise. Yeah. So there was a Michigan left over from episode 3.
Oh, from the last episodes, I've got those.
Yep.
Those are done.
And there was a Maggie from episode 5, and then a new Maggie and a new Michigan came up in this episode. So total of 2 and 2 right now.
Okay, so we only have 1 Maggie and 1 Michigan because the other 2 were used, put into play, not found yet, so to speak.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, with that, friends, that's it for us on this episode. We will see you back here on December 2nd. Mark your calendars. If you're going to PAX, hit me up down there. A bunch of us are going to be there. With that, we'll see you guys next time. So from all of us to you guys, bye.